Hi, my name is Manny Zagorianos.
And my name is Ryan Inskeep. Today we are here to tell you all you need to know about prosthetics.
If you don't already know, prosthetics are the artificial limbs that people without limbs use to help make their lives better. Prosthetics can be used to replace many limbs, including arms, legs, and hands. This is what a prosthetic arm could look like. As technology in our world has improved, it has helped the quality of prosthetics to improve as well. The main component in making prosthetics is usually either wood, metal, plastic, or carbon fiber. People have prosthetics for many reasons. Some people had a disease or were in an accident, so they had to have a limb amputated. Other people were born with a defective limb, so they had to have it amputated. Luckily, any of those reasons is bad, really, because nobody should have to have a limb amputated. Luckily, scientists are researching many new technologies in prosthetics. Now they are becoming more and more like real limbs. But unfortunately, some people can't afford these technologically advanced prosthetics.
For some people, having prosthetics is not an option. So sadly, they have to live life the hard way. This is reality because they cannot afford them in this economy. This affects where they live and how they live. If they don't have an arm, they can't pick anything up. If they don't have legs, they can't even walk. One of the many new technologies being researched in prosthetics is the ability to feel with prosthetics. If a man lived by himself and he wanted to grab something, he would have to squeeze it really hard to tell his mind that it was there, or he will drop it. This might break some delicate objects, so the ability to feel with prosthetics would be a huge advancement in technology. Scientists are making this reality with nerve transplants.
Other new technologies being researched in prosthetics are motorization and computers that learn and mimic the person's natural movements. These can be found in prosthetic arms, knees, hands, and legs. People who have used these advanced prosthetics say that they can walk farther and use less energy to do things. The cost of prosthetics is normally somewhere around $5,000 to $50,000. Some special prosthetics, like the ones that can feel, probably cost even more than that. That's a ton of money for an artificial limb, but in the end, it will be worth it.
Approximately 1.7 million people in the U.S. do not have a limb. Of 150,000 amputations in the U.S. happen a year. Out of those 1.7 million people, hardly any of them can afford prosthetics in this economy. Paralympic athletes must spend a lot of money on prosthetics. Speaking of Paralympics, everybody's heard of Oscar Pistorius, right? Well, he had very expensive prosthetics. This is what they look like. Having these special prosthetics allowed him to compete with able-bodied runners. He was the only Paralympic athlete. He was the only double amputee Paralympic athlete to compete in the Olympics. Actually, some Olympic officials denied him the right to compete because they said his prosthetics gave him an unfair advantage.
There is no technology in them whatsoever. They are just carbon fiber hooks. I don't think that would give him an advantage. If I were him, I would be saying I had a disadvantage because he has to run with just his size. Also, I would not want to spend thousands of dollars just to be denied the privilege of competing in the Olympics. I don't think anyone else would either. But after many disagreements and fighting, everyone decided to let Oscar compete in the Olympics. So having a prosthetic limb today gives people much more mobility and freedom than it did 50 years ago. The problem is most people can't afford them. So as a community, we need to find ways to help raise money for people to buy these prosthetic tools. These tools will help amputees reach their dreams. Thank you.
Thank you for listening.